Good morning. How's everyone doing? Um, Today is Friday, July 14th, 2023. Got a really strong message coming through for someone in particular or someone's in particular. Getting this anger toward God coming through because this person or whoever this is for has asked for healing. They've prayed and they've prayed and they've prayed and they've prayed, and they've done everything holistically. They've done everything allopathically. They've tried all types of modalities to bring healing to their mind, body, and soul. And to them, it's not coming. There's disappointment in themselves, in their ability to heal. I mean, feeling this person is possibly a healer. I'm feeling disappointment in God source energy. I feel like they feel like their dreams, or not their dreams, their prayers are not being heard. I can promise you that they are, from my own experience. There's a sense of, and I'm feeling a lot in my throat chakra, that there's a lot of anger um, that this person is holding in. There's a sense of wanting to give up. The sense of wanting to walk away from their journey. Plain and simple, that's just how it's coming through. There's a sense of everything that they've learned and become to this point is just like useless now, because why did I learn, this is what I'm hearing, why did I learn all these healing modalities? Why did I gain all these tools if they don't work? I get that. I get that. I'm here to say that healing comes in all different ways. And I will share my experience with that if you allow me. I had ulcerative colitis for 31 years. I was sick since I was born. But since age 14, I was diagnosed with it. 2010, my health went downhill real fast. And so for the next 2 years, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. I had my church family. That was a time when I was very active in my church. Everyone was praying. I had laying on of hands, and I got sicker and I got sicker and I got sicker, and I couldn't understand why none of this was working. And then I was on a retreat when the message came through from somebody else. This pastor was praying and praying and praying for healing as well. Her church was laying on hands for her, and her story is that God spoke to her and said, "But darling daughter, I am healing you. The surgery that you need is what's going to heal you." And in that moment, it switched her perspective, her perception of it. And when I heard her tell me that story, I realized that I needed to hear that story, because at that time, I wasn't sick yet. Well, sick. I'm gonna put that in quotations. I hadn't even, that was prior to 2010. So here I am, fast forwarding from 2010 to 2012 in the hospital all summer, which, well, it felt like I was in the hospital all summer. Was told that I needed major surgery to live, and I was given the question, do you want to live or do you want to die, Mary Jo? And I was blessed with my first grandchild by that point, and it was a hell yes, I want to live. And I knew somewhere in my body that I wasn't done here. So I went through this process of why weren't prayers being heard? Why wasn't there some miraculous healing because of this almighty God that I so-called believed in? This big man in the sky. Keep in mind, 2012, after my surgery, was when I had my spiritual awakening. So this is pre-everything, pre-consciousness, pre-awareness of my own soul essence. This was the human mind questioning everything. And I've always questioned everything there was about God since I was real small. And I grew up Catholic, so we'll just leave that there. But and my message came through the same way that pastor's story came through for her. And I hope that this helps whoever this is for shift their perception, or at least find a little bit of light within their heart. So my conversation with God, source energy back then, was, but I am healing you, Mary Jo. Let me show you how I'm healing you. I'm going to remove the disease, the dis-ease from your body, from your mind, and from your soul. From this moment forward, you will be clearing everything that's of lower energy, everything that's ever held you back, everything that's made you everything that's kept you from your highest version of you. So, didn't understand what that meant at that time. Had my surgery August 30th. For those of you who've watched my videos, I do have an ostomy. It's a permanent ostomy. Had my rectum and my large intestine completely removed, and all of that disease removed from my body. Although my body still, there are some cells in my body, the memory of it still believes and thinks sometimes that I have that disease. So I will go through flare-ups, but they're absolutely nothing like they were before. They were horrific before. Came out of the hospital 3 days later, and I knew I was different. Not just physically different. I was going to be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually different. So for the last 11 years, I have been on this journey of healing. I have been on this journey of awakening, of ascension, of love. They're just saying, my guides are just saying, this is a journey of love you've been on. So to whoever is out there who is struggling with trusting God, trusting and understanding, or confused as to where the healing is. If your healing is a surgery, if your healing is being incarcerated, that's just coming through. If your healing is being removed from a job, being removed from a partnership, a friendship, a family situation. If your healing comes through the removal of, very interesting how this is coming through, but the removal of old money, how it was earned, what it was for, the belief systems around that. Healing comes in all different forms. Sometimes it comes in one form first, and then all the others fall into line. But healing is not just a one-off event. It's a continual, can't wrap my tongue around that word. It's a continual process. If you ask for healing, please be prepared to receive it on all levels. To have your belief systems upturned, to have your mindsets upturned, your situations that aren't serving you to be removed. You know, and to the person who was questioning, why do they learn all these holistic forms of healing when nothing's working? So when I was sick, when I became ill, and I right now I understand everything was a part of my ascension path. I needed to go through all of that, and if you're not there, that's okay. But I hope and pray someday that you can look back and understand how that was a very huge part of your puzzle, whatever it is you're going through. But at that time, I was in college. I'm a naturopath, and here I am trying to study, trying to work, trying to be a grandma, trying to be a partner to my divine masculine, and studying just had to go on the back burner. But thankfully, when I was scheduled for my surgery, my school said, we're going to give you 6 months off, Mary Jo, so you can heal, because there's no way in hell you could put all your mind and energy into your learning. And they did so, and I went through that and, graduated with honors. Would have thought that. I wouldn't have. No, I didn't back then, but so here I am, and I'm like, okay. It got to the point where I was looking into how do I become board certified, and I needed to go out of state for 4 years and get my master's. And there was no way I could do that, not with my health. I was still healing. It was going to take me years to heal, and it did. So my question to God, Source Energy, one day was, why did you have me go through all that schooling? At that time, if I'm not to be board certified in New York, and they said, because we needed you to remember your groundwork. So I'm being brought back to when I was a shaman, a medicine healer, a medicine woman, back in my Native American timeline, my past life. And everything that I learned in college, that I was learning in college, was everything that I already knew on a soul level. It was already a part of me. I didn't need the degree. I didn't need to be board certified to still practice, to still use those tools, to still use that wisdom and that knowledge to be who I am today, to be the healer that I am today, to be the oracle that I am today. I didn't need that, but I did need the reminder of who I was. And that was part of the process. It was also part of the process of me healing, and remembering who I was on a soul level. So, like I said, healing comes in all different forms, shapes, and sizes. It comes in all forms of different modalities. So, whoever this is for, if you need to reach out, I'm here. I will listen. I will do whatever I can to assist you. I didn't want to say this, but Spirit is really saying that it needs to be said. Sometimes healing comes in transition too. We do lose a lot of people in our lives along our journey. And, I've known it in the past, people have prayed for healing, and then the person passes away and they get angry. But they are healed. They're out of a physical form. They're not ill anymore. They're not demented anymore. They're not confused. They're safe. They're healed. They're they've been returned to nothing but pure love. In my view, it's like how lucky are they to no longer have to be in the process of living in a third dimensional world. So whoever this is for, I am sending you so much love, so much understanding. I pray that comes to you through this process.